What's up, Camden County? Allison and Justin back for the Queen of Hearts, and we are live in OPS in Kingsland. And it's like we're celebrating 4th of July, America's 250th birthday or something in here. I see all these flags around.
I mean, it's a great week.
It is.
America 250, you can't beat it. It's
America
a great
250.
week. But, you know, I'm always happy when we're here.
I know, me too.
This is one of my favorite parts of the week, every week. We get in here, we talk about the Queen of Hearts, we highlight a different portion of Wildcat Nation.
Yep.
Tonight we've got our band director, Jackson Camp, joining us tonight. So we're going to get an inside scoop of how our Camden County, Marching Wildcats, how they do business on Friday nights at Chris Gilman and everything else that they do. And I mean, I was doing a little research yesterday, so I'll kind of set the stage here, right? About our Marching Wildcats. We've got kids, so obviously they sound awesome, right? But they do go on and do other things. We've had our kids go to places like UGA, Georgia Southern, Kennesaw State, Valdosta State, Fort Valley State, Albany State, Elon University, Florida State, and even in the Spirit of Atlanta Drum and Bugle Corps. So our Wildcats have been, all over the place.
That's awesome.
Continuing to sharpen their skill sets and do all that stuff and go on and do great things. And I mean, so they do go out there and do a lot of things, but what really is interesting to me is how many of them actually become leaders of those bands, right?
Oh.
So for folks that didn't know, we've got a most recent graduate,
I was about to say.
2023, Caitlin Shoup is drum major this year at UGA. So I don't know if you guys saw that, right? They announced
incredible.
that back in April,
Yeah.
right? I mean, that's huge. We've had, and that's not the first time a Camden alum has been a drum major at UGA. It was a few years back, I think maybe 5 years ago, we had a Josh Clifford who was a drum major at UGA.
No, I did know this.
Yeah,
Yes.
so Camden alum. We've had Tristan Sundell, he was a drum major at Newberry College. Sam Rodriguez, leadership position at Kennesaw State. And this is an interesting stat. Approximately 20% of the leadership team at Georgia Southern, Camden alum.
Seriously. That is.
Yeah, you
cool.
can't beat that. Eli Smith, drum major at the Spirit of Atlanta. He plays up there with Jake Fargnoli, and then Caden McElroy was in this WGI Finals championship with her team. So that's the Winter Guard International, right?
Oh.
So that's where our the color guard, because obviously it's not just the band. The color guard is doing things too. I mean, so those are the folks that have gone on, and done a lot of great things from Camden. But just recently, talking about our Marching Wildcats in 2022. We were the Sound of Gold grand champions.
Okay.
And I don't know, Allison, if you've seen that trophy, but that trophy is probably two of me. That trophy is massive.
I feel like it should have been sitting right here.
No, it's funny. Football team, we go out trying to win a state title. Our trophy's this big.
Right.
But this grand champion trophy, massive.
Wow.
Absolutely massive. And then most recently, here last October, I don't know if a lot of people know this, but there's this thing called the Battle of the Border.
Battle of the Border.
Yeah, so I think they were over at Lowndes.
Yep.
Lowndes, right?
Okay.
And they're going against schools against Alabama. They're going against schools against Florida. They're going against schools against Georgia. There's about 17, 20 schools. And, so this is right last year, right? October last year. We won superior rating for band, superior rating for drum major, superior rating for color guard, third place overall band, second place in class, and best in class color guard.
Stop it.
Crushed it. That's what we do here at Camden, right? We crush things. And so this is the stuff that people, might not know, right?
So is the next one taking place in October?
Yes.
Yep.
Is that okay? That's what I want to know.
October 17th.
Yes.
Okay.
And, but again, this is where when we talk about, we talk about the football players and all that stuff. But man, the supporting cast, right? The other student, and I mean, I look at a band member, as an athlete as well, because I mean, the amount of wind you need, oxygen, right? The marching, the mental,
First of all, to march and to play an instrument at the same time, in this heat, I can't even begin. First of all, I would be out quickly. I don't even know that I could march and play an instrument. To focus on what you're playing.
For sure.
The breathing
and then
part.
To have 200,
that's a lot.
Then to have 200 of you,
I would
got to
die.
be in sync and all that
Yeah.
stuff. So, that kind of sets the stage a little bit. So we
Yeah.
got Jackson here with us. For folks that didn't know, UGA grad, so prior UGA Redcoat, you know,
Dogs.
we had Sean here last
Mhm.
week. He's going to Florida State, but
Yeah,
obviously
it's-
you guys can probably figure, you know, we're Bulldogs fans
mean,
here
you
a
know,
little
we
bit.
are,
So
we
go
are.
Dogs. So
Go Dogs.
Jackson UGA Redcoat, right? Graduated in 24, so recent graduate of UGA, and then came down here to Camden. Was the assistant band director for the last couple of years, right?
Yeah.
And then Mr. Mann took another job up northern Georgia.
Yeah.
So Mr. Jackson here was promoted to band director, so been band director for about a month or
About a
so.
month.
Yep.
So you've been drinking through a fire hose.
Oh yeah,
Like,
but loving every second.
For sure. I mean, but that's what it's all
Yeah,
about,
I
right?
love
Loving every
it.
second of it.
Yes.
That's what it's all about. So, you know, I don't know, give us a little bit. Tell us, you know, give us an insider perspective here of what it means to be a Marching Wildcat and, you know, kind of just, you know, set the stage, and then we'll work through some of these other things that I have questions for, and I'm sure Allison's
Oh,
got
I do.
some
I got
questions.
so many
you
questions.
can see she's very excited over
Yeah.
there. So kind of, you know, tell the folks out there, what does it mean, you know, to be a Marching Wildcat?
So being a Marching Wildcat is just being very resilient with everything. Our kids show up. First kids will come here July 9th. To start with camp, and we will go all the way to the end of football season, and then even after that we'll extend through the rest of the school year with our concert bands, with our winter guards. And these kids, they're not only connected just in the band, but they're connected through all the different organizations in school. We have a lot of kids in the drama programs, a lot of kids in the honor society, the beta clubs, the robotics team. And so these kids are resilient, hardworking, and they're just part of the driving force of what makes Camden so great.
Oh, for sure. I mean, you heard that. So they start band camp July 9th.
Yes.
And for folks that didn't know out there, they go from 7 in the morning
know.
to 5:30 at night.
And when you first told me that, I'm pretty sure my face said, "Wait, what?"
7 in the morning to 5:30 at night. Think about that.
They're putting in the time that
That's
holy
more than
cow.
that's more hours than some people go to work every day.
I didn't want to say that out loud, but I'm so
But I'm
glad
saying,
you
you
did.
know, regular banker's hours 9 to 5.
Yeah, you're right.
These kids have already been there for 2 hours by the time the
Yes.
bank opens.
That's
I mean,
it.
come on, that's crazy.
Yep.
Man, and that starts July 9th. So
Yep.
that's next week.
Yep.
Y'all start next Thursday? Oh.
Thursday and Friday.
Woo.
And then that goes for what? 2 weeks, right?
About 2 weeks.
About 2 weeks. So in 2 weeks' time, they basically put the halftime show together. That, to me, that's remarkable, right? Because
So the one thing that I love about the band is that if everybody does their part, it's perfect, right?
Yeah.
Like if everybody, there's so many individual parts to it. And
Yeah.
so I can't even imagine what it's like to put all that together and then to choreograph it, to make
Yeah.
sure that this one doesn't run into this one when
Yeah.
you're doing, you know, and to put together a whole theme, because that's
Yeah.
something that's really cool that y'all do. So I can't even, I understand why y'all are going from 7 until 5:30, but at the same time, I still feel like it's not even long enough for what you have to learn in that amount of time.
Yeah.
So are you doing, are you starting Thursday, y'all are just doing halftime show?
So Thursday, we'll kind of scaffold in everybody. So Thursday, the leadership team, the percussion, and the color guard will show up for 2 days just to kind of get their bearings and put that piece of the puzzle together. And then Monday, July 13th, everybody shows up and we're going a million miles an hour and getting this halftime show put together, getting everybody ready, get them seasoned, conditioned for the long season that we have ahead of us.
I mean, what's our half? I mean, we talked about this a couple weeks ago. You know, it's an America 250 theme. But tell folks, you know, what can they expect to see?
Yeah,
you know, come Friday night
absolutely.
here in a couple months.
Yeah.
We wanted to try to do a tribute to America because it's the 250th anniversary,
Absolutely.
and you know we're in a Navy town, so we just thought like what an opportunity we have here to just do something that not only is going to be fun for the kids, but it's going to be fun for the community. And it's kind of based around America the Beautiful. So you're going to look out on the field, and you'll see some little pictures on the back that will go from sea to shining sea. We'll have the mountains, the fruit fields, the amber fields of wheat, and all that stuff.
This is all the fine details that go into this. You know, somebody like me or you just might think, oh yeah, we'll just go out there and play. But I mean,
In my mind,
all
but when
the little fine details, right? And again, you got to get the color guard doing their thing, right? You got to get the band doing it's just so much real, like it's a lot of mental work. And then
it's
just
about
hop in the heat
timing
and the timing and all that stuff.
Yes.
Like
Getting everybody on the same page at the same time, and
that is remarkable. Now, how many band members will we have like on the field Friday nights?
Roughly 200 on the field on Friday nights.
Allison, that's more Marching Wildcats than we have football players.
Yes, that is crazy.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that's why it's important to come out and support. Again, it's not
really
about
is.
just the football team, right? We talk it every week, right? The vision, bringing us all together. It's the football team, it's the band, it's the cheerleaders. The Chris Gilman experience is magical, and folks, our band makes it that way because you go out there and watch a football game, there'd be no noise, right? Yeah, you fans are cheering, combos are going, but it just kind of, there's no life in the stadium, right?
Well,
but then when our band plays, there's life. And I'll tell you how this band is good. When we get ready to, we're doing our fight songs in the beginning and all that stuff, and when you see the opposing cheerleaders and other people dancing to our band, that's how you got a good band. When you're getting the visitors on their feet too.
How about, I forgot which week it was, it may have been Dylan when he was talking about, or it may have been Sean Grant, I can't remember. Anyway, somebody was talking about one of their playoff games, how impactful the band was during like their playoff game, and it was because of them that energy carried over, and I think it gets lost on people sometimes because the band it brings the energy, which
100%
goes on to the fans, and I need our fans to stand on their feet with their cowbells and get into it and all the things, but all of that creates energy that it translates onto the field, and I think people miss that sometimes, that it's if everything that night works together,
Yeah, it's magical, and it's not like our band's just at Chris Gilman.
Yeah.
They're on the road, 3 hours to Valdosta, Lowndes, all that stuff. And then when we made all those road trips to Atlanta, the band was there, so they're turning around every week. And the amount of volunteers and the band parents and all that stuff, it's a lot of equipment to move.
I was about to say, it takes a village.
Yeah, a village to move this stuff to get it where it needs to go so we can put on this beautiful show.
Yep. I want to talk about what. Go ahead. What were you
I was going to say, and that's just what people don't see is the parents that we have, our awesome booster board that works not only just during the football season, but they work throughout the whole school year as like an extra set of hands. The loading crew who shows up and has to put together the 10,000 pounds of equipment that we have to move to and from. So like you see us and you see all the kids and what we do on the field, but it's the people behind the scenes that make it run.
Just like us, right? We talk about, the Corvette Club is the team behind the team. The band booster parents are the team behind the team as well. Yes. You know what I'm saying? Because again, it's a community thing, right? The community comes together, we help it out, we make it magical, and we give the kids, again, the tools and the resources they need to be successful, right? Supporting all the kids.
Absolutely. I want to talk about what you have on July 24th, because I want the community to come out, because I'm going to be there.
Absolutely.
And
I'll be there.
I think it's really cool.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so talk about that.
So on July 24th, we're doing a preview show. It's our last day of band camp, and it's open to everybody in Chris Gilman Stadium at 5 o'clock on July 24th. And it's just going to give us a chance to show what these kids have been working on those 2 weeks from 7 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Just all the work they've put into the halftime show, and just to have people come out and support and watch.
Those kids matter, 100%. Because, Sean talked about this last week. When people get on their feet, right, it motivates them.
Yep.
So if we show up to Chris Gilman Stadium in the force on the 24th at 5 o'clock, right? 5 o'clock?
5 o'clock.
It's going to motivate those kids as well, right? And, if the kids are motivated, they're probably going to perform well, right? If they want to perform well, for the band, for the football, for the cheer, they're probably going to perform well in this classroom, right? Because they're doing all the right things there, and then boom, they come out to be respectable young citizens, right? Going out to the force. So that's why it's so important to get everybody in the community behind these kids, because we could literally impact how well they want to perform to go on and do great things, right? And it can really motivate kids. We heard it from Sean last week. So this is motivating for us when fans get on their feet, right? When the band's going, all that stuff is just motivating, right? And
absolutely.
That's there's a lot of things that are going on in the world that we can't control, but we can control right here in Camden County. And we can set the younger generation onto great paths of success.
Agreed. Man, we covered a lot of territory in here.
We sure did.
Everybody's probably like, I just want to know if I won, Allison. That's right.
So although it's always, we surpassed our tickets from last week.
Did we?
So remember last week I think we were 376. This week we're 414. So, you know,
Man.
our jackpot
what is it?
$8,226. So we broke a threshold this week.
We did.
$8,000. I mean, we're on our way to 10K and beyond.
I love it.
I mean, before we start the football season here, I want to be over 10K. So I mean, that's
Me
a challenge
too.
to all the folks out there to get this pot going.
Oh, sure.
And you know, this thing is sky's the limit. This pot could get as big as really as people want to play.
Yep.
It's how big this pot can get. So I do have one story though that I want to tell. You know,
tell it.
So, you know, we saw Miss Gale last week.
We did.
She won $100.
Yes, she did.
Ace of clubs, spot number, I think it was spot number 9. Miss Gale called me or sent me a text later that night and said, put it right back in the pot.
No, she did.
So you know how I love it when people do that.
You do love it.
But what's interesting about Miss Gale and her husband Ken is, so they live down the street from me.
Yeah.
They were the first people that I met when we moved down to Camden
Really?
County. Because if folks didn't know, I'm a transplant, right? I'm not
me too.
Camden County born and raised,
Yeah,
right?
me too.
The Navy moved us down here, right? But Gail and Ken were the first people I met, besides my realtor, Miss Valerie, Coastal Roots. She's awesome.
Yes.
And we were talking, and you know, Ken and I are talking. He's like, "Hey, you like football and all that stuff?" And at this time, Brandon was in 7th grade, so don't have any ties to the high school yet, right? So you'll see where I'm going here.
Okay.
But Ken said, "Yeah, let's go watch a football game on Friday night." And I said, "Ken, that's a little weird." I said, "I don't have any kids in high school." I said, "Why am I going to go out and support the high school?" And he said, "I'm telling you, the atmosphere is great, the football is great, because at any given time, you know, you could have 10 to 15, you know, players that are going to play on Saturdays.
Yep.
You're probably going to have 1 or 2 potentially that are going to play on Sundays. And then, oh, by the way, I just listed off 10 universities where our marching band folks have gone on to play. So you've got all sorts of kids that are going to be, you know, at the collegiate level, right, playing. So if you like football, if you like all that stuff, come out and enjoy the game because it's good quality entertainment. And like I said, if the community shows up, it just gets even better, right? The atmosphere continues to grow. So, you know, there's a lot of transplants out there who don't have kids in the program. I would challenge you to come out, check it out.
Anyway,
If you're a football person, get in there. It's good stuff. They turned me into a believer. And now, look at me. I'm on the quarterback club. You know what I'm saying? So, yes, my son is now in high school. But, I mean, turned me into a believer. It's good stuff.
It
So
is good stuff.
my quick little story to kind of drive, you know, I'm all about driving this message for the community.
Well, we're gonna have
here.
to. I need to like make sure I thank Ken a million times for getting you involved in everything.
Yeah. Oh, and if you didn't know, Ken made our bowl
I know.
here.
That's what I was gonna say earlier.
And they have no tie. They have no kids here, right? They're snowbirds. They moved down here from Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Right. So I mean, if folks like that, they can just move in and get involved and want to be a part of something. I challenge everybody in this county
me too.
to get involved and be a part of something amazing.
Me too.
All right, so that's my quick little story.
I love your story.
You know how I bring it in. But let's get in here and see who won some money tonight.
Okay, all right.
So, Coach is not here tonight. But Coach is over there. Coach, you ready? For what? For the drawing. You ready?
Are you ready, Coach?
All right, let's do it.
You gotta say ready.
Coach is new. That's Coach Connor over there. He's new. Coach David Shores is, he's out tonight.
He's here somewhere.
Yeah. Okay, and we can see the screen. We're good. Folks can see my screen. All right, let's do it.
Now let's do it.
What's that there?
So ticket number 2857. That's a Miss Heather Darby, and she guessed card spot number 40. So Jackson, can you turn
40.
Card spot 40 over for me, please?
I'm gonna hold the board for you.
All right. That's a band parent?
Oh
man, how
Yay!
special it is that we've got the band director here. We're talking to Marching Wildcats, and then one of our band parents wins tonight.
4 of diamonds.
4 diamonds,
Oh!
so $50. That's a $50 card right there. So Miss Heather Darby, $50, 4 of diamonds. How magical is that? I mean, that's awesome right there.
Thank you, Valerie.
You can't go
This is
wrong
so
with
cool.
that. So of course, you know, I always recap it here. So that was ticket number 2857, Miss Heather Darby.
Oh, Heather.
Card spot
Place of
number
Valerie.
40, which was the 4 of diamonds, $50, and it's a band parent.
I love this so much.
that's awesome.
I love this so much.
Can't go wrong there. So, I mean, got to keep playing.
We gotta keep
Every
playing.
week. It's only $1 a ticket.
Mm-hmm. Only
Wildcats,
$1 ticket.
queenofhearts.com.
I'm loving these hats right here. You got
Oh,
here,
I
too.
totally forgot about these hats. We've been talking about all this
These are
good
really
stuff.
cool, huh?
So, I mean, if you didn't know, I'm rocking this CC band
Oh, you
ball
are.
cap over
You
here.
are.
I got my Marching
I
Wildcat
got
shirt
mine-
on.
mine-
You know,
mine too.
so I'm all in on the band.
Me too.
But, you know, we need to share the love
Absolutely.
for our band director. So,
Absolutely.
you know,
Yay.
get in there. And then, folks, we got something special. I got a
Yeah.
whole box of these.
Stop it.
Whole box of these ball caps right here.
I love it.
And what I challenge folks to do, starting next week, you come into Ops and you
Yes.
say, I'm here for the Queen of Hearts. First 5 people, I'm giving them a free ball cap.
I love this.
So, I
love
mean,
it so much.
come out to Ops
and
and
these
get
are
your
some
ball
nice
cap.
hats.
Made over a little sea bag, right?
Oh, thank you, little
you
sea
know,
bag,
so
yeah.
good stuff.
Awesome.
Shirts are made over at CM Designs. So everything is local. It's community, right? It's
You know I
all
love that.
local.
Yes.
Can't go wrong. So come on out and support.
First 5 people next week, Ops in Kingsland, you get a hat from Justin.
I got a whole box I need to get rid of. Come on out and support. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so guys, thank you once again to our sponsors, TDS Telecom, Bennett Automotive Group, Surf Pro, and of course Ops in Kingsland.
course.
We could not do this without everybody's support. Do you have anything you want to say? Did you have anything you want to say before
Yeah,
we
close
wrap
us
this
out.
up? Yeah.
We'll see you guys on Friday, July 24th, and then every week, Friday night at Chris Gilman Stadium.
That's what I'm talking about.
Thank
That's
you,
it. Go
guys.
Cats.
We'll see you next week. Ops in Kingsland, Queen of Hearts, right here, 6 p.m. Yay!
Let him cook. Let him cook now. Let him cook. I said, let him cook.